Good morning slash afternoon. I want to do a PCOS video with me with no makeup on, just being upfront and real about all these marks and scars that I have. So I was diagnosed with PCOS and I was like 12 when I realized that it was abnormal to not have your period. My grandfather, bless his soul, rest in peace, he basically told me like, oh my gosh, you haven't had your period. That's so abnormal. I'm going to brush all my hair back so you can see. And he was the one who was responsible for helping me. I mean, my grandmother took me to the appointment. God bless her. But he was the one who was responsible for, helping me to realize like that as a woman, biologically I'm a woman with those sex parts. And that not having my period at a certain age was abnormal. And so I'm going to do a get ready with me today so you can see everything that I do and how I help my face and my skin. So just freshly washed, marks galore. But one thing that I have issues with the PCOS, you can have excess facial hair, acne, and of course my skin is cleared up, but I still have the excess facial hair. So my face is freshly washed. Actually, I'll show you the cleansers that I am currently using that help me. So this Dr. Bronner's Pure Kemp Castile Peppermint Soap is so good and it smells amazing. It gets off all the makeup, and I feel like when I shave my face of any facial hair, it's great. And I just happen to have a lot of facial hair, and I haven't been able to get electrolysis or laser because I just haven't had the money, and now that I'm older, I do. So I use this. This is like great blackhead clearing one. St. Ives, like I really love this one. And I would actually love a vitamin C one, but this is a lot cheaper at a store. And then when I want my face to be really moisturized, I use the CeraVe hyaluronic 3 essential ceramides. And it doesn't clog your pores, and I feel really great. But this isn't very thick. It doesn't really cleanse. It's mostly just for like, if I have excess makeup, I'll start with this. If my face is really bad, I'll do this, and then I'll cleanse with this in the end. Now, if I'm being lazy, I'll just cleanse with these two if I don't have a whole bunch of makeup on. Lately, I haven't been wearing a lot of makeup anyways, so. And then I usually will like use my Cetaphil moisturizer, or I'll use a little bit of this combined with like a few drops of vitamin E oil to moisturize my face. I used to use this stuff a lot, and I always forget about this Versed, but it's good. And then I also, like when my pores are really clogged, I'll use the Shea Moisture Mud Mask, which I always forget about this. But anyways, let's get into what I do for it. I'm just going to do a quick thing. So I take a cotton pad because of the fact that I, when you shave your face and stuff as a woman, but when I have a lot of facial hair, I have hair all over my body. Like PCOS, one of the side effects of polycystic ovarian syndrome, you have cysts in your ovaries that produce a lot of things like it can lead to depression, excess facial hair, acne, all these different things. So the biggest thing that I'm dealing with now is excess facial hair. And so I actually use Ten Skin because it's good for like any sort of ingrown, and I always put water on the cotton pad, and then I put the Ten Skin on top of this, and I just put some on there because this stuff is really strong. And then I usually just like put it on top of this part of my skin wherever I've like used any sort of razor or anything. Yeah, okay. And I need to do this regularly. I have one bump here that I think is an acne bump because I didn't take my makeup off from last night. Real women, I'm a heterosexual woman who deals with this stuff, and I never had money to deal with my face, and people would tell me like, why don't you get laser, why don't you do this? I never had the money, and I feel like that's a big thing, learning to invest in yourself. And now that I'm older, I'm learning. And I used to feel so much shame because I was like, oh my gosh, men will never accept me if I have these issues, blah, blah. But it's like, it's not a man's job to accept you. You should accept yourself and deal with it. That's just an acne mark. Ten Skin's really great for acne, but I'm a woman proud to be a woman, proud to have a vagina. You know, I support my queer trans people and all that stuff, but I'm telling you, like, I'm a heterosexual woman, born with a vagina, born with ovaries, born with breasts, born with an ass, you know, who deals with this stuff and who is learning to cope with that. So after that, usually just fan my face. Another toner that I use for the rest of my face is this witch hazel one. Usually I'll put it all over here, but I put the other toner. My skin's pretty shiny, so I don't need to do anything else. Okay, so I'm letting this dry a little bit. So you have to take care of your skin, especially if you have polycystic ovarian syndrome. Like, it's very important for you to take care of your face, and you can have ingrown hairs, you can have acne, all this stuff. So PCOS is like an imbalanced testosterone estrogen. So women usually have more estrogen, men usually have more testosterone. PCOS, every 1 in 3 women who have polycystic ovarian syndrome, it's very common. And if you're dating someone as a man and, you know, you might have an issue with this, know that it's a normal thing for women to have polycystic ovarian syndrome. And I'm only going to date people that normalize this now, because I'm dealing with it. Every person has something that they deal with. So I'm going to take my glasses off for a second. See if I can still see. And then I'm going to just do just one thing of moisture today. I'm going to do a thin layer of moisture for my face. Let's do it. And I put it on my back, put it on my chest, underneath my eyes. It's just regular Jergens, because that's the best thing for me right now. And then they say you should put your moisture up like this, so that, yeah, so that the blood is flowing through. I know people do this sometimes, blah, blah. And then on top of that, I'll usually do, can you see me? I usually do like 1 drop of body oil. And see, these are my real eyes. 1 drop of like this sesame body oil thing. I'll put it like this, and then I'll just like pat, 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 pat. Lips. All that stuff. And so that's my face, like fully toned and moisturized. And now I'm gonna put my glasses back on because I am blind. So my face is pretty toned, pretty good. All these marks from acne came from me not understanding how to take care of the fact that I have PCOS, and so I had so much shame. Now this is the CC cream that I use from It Cosmetics. And it has SPF 50, color correcting coverage. I didn't think a CC cream would be able to cover the darkness I have, but it does pretty good. It actually does pretty well. So I also use the Real Techniques brush. And most women, when they wear makeup, it is, you know, to even out their skin tone, to cover up. I do that because, you know what, I'm trying to be transparent and show people that, like, you don't have to hide any of this stuff from anybody. Like, you don't have to explain yourself to anybody. Like, you don't have to, no one is in charge of your beauty. Like, you are the one in charge of yourself, and you should enjoy and be positive about the fact that, like, I'm proud to be a woman. I am proud to be born a woman. But I will tell you that there are things that I have to deal with that are not normalized yet. And that's unfortunate to me. It's really unfortunate. Okay, so let me just do this part. Look at my beauty while I'm doing it. Okay. So this is basically it. Like, this is how I balance things out. This is how I, like, deal with all the marks and all that stuff. And then I'll put on, like, I love it. I put on this illumination foundation on top of it. There's usually a powder. Mine's broken, but ignore it. And I just pat it. When it's broken, just pat it on there like that. And that's it, peeps. That's how I cover up my face. That's my skincare routine for PCOS. I mean, I'll put on some mascara and stuff, but be proud of your skin, and your face. Be proud to be a woman. Be okay with the fact that you have imperfections. Like, I use razors, I use a whole bunch of stuff on my face to take care of myself, but this is a PCOS face. Like, I'm a PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome woman. I'll put on some blush a little bit later and some mascara, but this is it. Have a great day. Bye.